Hello, witches. Welcome to this broadcast live here on Instagram. This is a very interesting question because it has not been answered. Can a curse miss and hit somebody else? Can a curse miss and hit somebody else? You may have heard of some witches saying that if the curse does not hit, it's poor connection tonight. We're not doing that. We're not doing a poor connection tonight, okay? I'm going back onto mobile data. Okay, so the question tonight is, can a curse miss and hit somebody else? You may have heard of witches saying that if their curse does not hit its intended target, it will hit the next person closest to them, most likely a family member, right? The question tonight is going to be answered is, can a curse miss and hit somebody else? Can a witch curse someone, that curse not hit, but hit somebody else, like the original intended target's child or wife or husband or sister or brother or best friend? The answer to that question is no. Just because your curse miss does not mean that it will latch on to the person closest to you. Why? Because when you originally did that curse, you was not thinking about the person that it hit instead of your intended target. You were supposed to be thinking, I would say, about your intended target. The curse just did not work. Simple as that. You do a curse and the curse does not work. That's it. But the curse missing your intended target is not going to latch on to the intended target's closest relative or best friend. It's not. It's not. If a curse misses, it just misses. It just misses. It is not going to hit somebody else that is close to your victim. It's not. Why? Because you were not thinking about the person that was hit instead of your intended target. You were supposed to be thinking about your victim. You know, some people say that karma may miss someone, but then karma will jump over that person and hit their family members, hit their bloodline. That's not true. Remember, witches, witchcraft is working with the energy, the key word being energy. The key word being energy in nature to bring about real significant and permanently positive change. So if you don't have enough anger or hatred towards your intended target, it's not going to jump over your intended target and hit their child, because you were not thinking about their child. When you curse someone or bless someone, you are thinking about that person, not the person closest to them. So if your curse fails, it's due to the fact that you were not thinking about that person strong enough. It was the wrong moon phase. It was the wrong sign. Maybe you should curse someone when the sun is in Scorpio. Maybe you did a curse when you yourself was sick. And we know as witches, you should never do a spell when you are sick, because you are not at your best to perform it. Do not do witchcraft when you are sick, because when you do witchcraft, you have to be at your best. You can't be tired or sick or not feeling it or not in the mood. You have to be 100% focused when the spell, ritual has occurred in front of you. You have to be. You have to be. Curses take a lot of energy. When you curse someone, you want to hurt them. You may want to kill them. And we know that all curses must be justifiable. So if your curse misses, it's probably because that curse is not valid. That curse was not cast for a good reason. You can curse someone. Listen very carefully. You can curse someone after you have tried everything to be civilized with this person, to be respectful, to be polite. You have tried all mundane, all natural ways to talk to this person, work through the problems, ongoing problems, and it's just not working. And this person just will not relent. They will not back off. They will not back down. They will not back away. So you have to take that next step and curse that person. But you have to have the right intention. You have to be thinking about that person, or you have to have something personal from that person. I always suggest when doing curses that you have something personal of that person. If they have social media, you can print their picture out. But I highly suggest if it's a person that you have personal contact with, get something physical from them, like their hair, nail clippings, saliva, anything they may have touched, especially dirt that they may have walked on. Use that. But don't expect a curse to fail but yet latch itself on to the person that it is closest to. You can't curse someone and expect, no, hold on. You can't curse someone that curse does not hit your intended target and then believe that the curse will hit their child. And then you have some sense of satisfaction. The curse did not work. The curse did not work. It did not work. It can only hit the intended target or not hit the intended target. But it's not going to hit the person that is closest to. It's not. It is not. That's why lots of curses fail, because witches have that belief. And like I always say, and I will say it again, you have to have a good reason to curse someone. You can't curse someone just because they was talking shit about you, or they cut you in line at the grocery store, or they cut you off when you was driving. You can't do that. There are several reasons why you should curse someone, but the main reason why you should curse someone is if they are messing with your family or people you consider family. Because witches must protect their bloodlines. Witches must protect their bloodlines. And if that bloodline is being disturbed, is being messed with, then go ahead and curse that person. But the bloodline is not being disturbed because somebody stepped on your brand new Jordans. Okay? Because not everybody in your family has Jordans. Can I keep it real? Thank you. That's the truth, right? That's the truth. That's the truth. That is the truth. Be mad. Go sleep it off. And take it in. I'm telling you the truth. Just because your curse failed does not mean it's going to latch on to their child. Because you were not thinking about their child. You were thinking about the person you wanted to curse. Simple as that. And a lot of witches fail to understand this, which is so simple. When you do a spell, ritual, hex, or curse on someone or for someone, you are thinking about that person. You're not doing a spell for your best friend and thinking about their mother. You are thinking about your best friend. Why the hell are you thinking about their mother? Their mother didn't ask you to do a spell for them. Your best friend did. You have to focus. This is one reason why witches tend to do witchcraft at night, because there's less of a chance of being interrupted. There's less of a chance of being disturbed, and because outside noises are less. Simple as that. Simple as that. Just that simple. Curses can be done when you've gotten to this point when you say, what is a witch to do when he or she can't take anymore? Witches are not known for just turning the other cheek or letting things go. When witches curse people, they have a good reason. When witches curse people, they have a good reason. It's not ever without a good cause. But no, if a curse cannot miss and hit someone else instead, it can only hit your intended target. It cannot hit the intended target's child, because you were not thinking about that child. You were supposed to be thinking about your intended target, and obviously you were not, and that's why the curse failed. And I needed to come on here and clear that up, because some witches simply don't know this truth or why this is true. But now you know, and after you watch this, and I would highly suggest you rewatch it. I would highly suggest you take notes on all my broadcasts and taking the message into your very spirit, so that you can be a better witch. You can be the best witch possible. Because that is the goal of every witch, to have real significant and permanently positive change through witchcraft, so that they may not go through life the hard way like everybody else who are not witches. So thank you, witches, for joining me for this very quick pop-up broadcast that lasted less than 15 minutes. Be sure to share this broadcast on your other social media platforms and your stories. Tell your friends who happen to be witches. There is a high priestess here in the great state of New York who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches, Hecate, to guide witches so that they may have real significant and permanently positive change through witchcraft. So with that being said, I now release you into the rest of your evening. Bye, everyone.